Shining bright, sunshine in the sky. Megan and Tammy here to testify, spreading love, laughter and good vibes too. The Fat Girl Chronicles, we're breaking through. No more.
Hey everybody, welcome to Fat Girl Chronicles. I'm Tammy.
I'm Megan.
And together we are
the Fat Girl Flippers.
Today on our podcast, we are going to talk about the woes of Christmas.
The woes of...
And I'll let Megan go ahead and give the little spiel of it.
Oh, yes. So, yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell to be reminded every Friday of our beautiful little faces.
See them?
And if you want to just listen to audio, which is, I don't blame you, you can listen to us on almost every podcast stream, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of those good things. So feel free to do that, but we definitely are continuing to work on our YouTube channel. So for sure, subscribe, hit that bell, comment below. We love reading them.
Yes.
I know last week was definitely heavy, and this week we are going to talk a little bit of heaviness, about Christmas woes, about what we're doing for Christmas. Maybe talk about our Christmas parties, how that went. So some good, some bad. How to survive the holidays, right? Because that can be hard.
by the Fat Girl Flippers.
Holidays can be really hard with family and friends and everything.
Or without family and friends.
Without family and friends, which
Because
happens a lot.
There's a lot of people out there. And we need to also remember that there's a lot of people struggling financially. There's a lot of people that are in a situation where they may not be housed right now. There's a lot of sad things going on in our world. Although there's some beautiful, happy things going on in the world, we also have to keep in mind that there's people that don't have it as well as, as well as us.
Yeah.
So, first thing, I think, because it's the big elephant in the room with me, is I want to talk about the lack of, when you don't have family support, what do you do?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That could be hard for Christmas time. Especially because, I've had this conversation recently with somebody around, being asked all the time, are you going home for Christmas? Are you seeing your family for Christmas?
Yes.
With my age, it would be normal for people to say, you're going to see and without any kids, right? So people would say to me, are you going to your parents for Christmas? Why or why not? Whatever. And so I think that question can be really hard.
Yeah, and I think people should maybe stop and think before you ask such personal questions of people, because I'm like you, sometimes I get bombarded with questions and I don't know what to say.
Right, exactly. And if you are going to ask those questions, I think it's important to remember to not judge, be compassionate, hold space for people when the answer might not be what you expect.
Yes.
Are you going home for Christmas? Are you going to spend Christmas with your family? No, I'm not. The question shouldn't then be why not?
Yeah, and I think that's where it gets heavy for me, is I feel like there's no simple way to answer that question. I mean, it's not a one word, if you start explaining, there's no end to the story,
Right. And I mean, then especially if you're not, you don't know the person that well.
Exactly, and it's hard.
Just an acquaintance, coworker,
or just a random person,
stranger. Yeah, that can be really difficult.
And it's hard to navigate that, because I always I'm like a deer in the headlights when somebody asks me that, because the answer is no. And if you ask me why, well, there's a million reasons why, but I'm sure you don't want to hear them.
No. Unless you're a certified therapist.
Yes.
and that could be the answer, right? I mean, the answer could also be no, because your car broke down and you don't
have the money.
Or it could be something very untraumatic, or it could be something very traumatic. So
And either
you're
way, I
playing
mean,
with fire.
of course, even if your car broke down and you don't have the money, that's the last thing you want to say to somebody because you don't. I mean, there's a lot of shame in those things.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a hard question, and there's like that expectation, right? Like, because people, that's kind of their go-to, right? So like, if Christmas isn't about gift giving, it's about like family time. You hear that a lot,
Yeah.
right? So the expectation really is that you spend time
And-
with family. But then what defines family?
I find it hard because what you see on social media that people post could be a little snippet of, a 10-minute blip in their life.
Yeah.
But they look like they have it all together and everything's perfect
Oh,
and they
it's
have the
awful.
family this and the beautiful tree and,
Yeah.
everybody's getting together and everybody's making something and everybody's happy and da-da-da and everybody's smiling in all the pictures. But you don't see the backstory because you know that every family has issues.
Yeah, the social media thing's hard.
It is very hard, and it's hard especially if you are one of those people who doesn't have family that you spend Christmas with. So you tend to, get on that scroll. you know?
Yeah, I think it'll be weird for me. I mean, and this is just like, okay, so for example, something that's kind of untraditional per se is Richard and I mean, really haven't given each other Christmas gifts in many years. Like we either have big trips that we're saving for, or we do like stocking, we do like a stocking surprise. We all put our names in a hat and we pick out somebody's name. So sometimes we might not get each other's name. And so if we don't get each other's name, we don't like, so that would be something that like a lot of people will be like, well, why wouldn't you get your,
Yeah.
but it's just,
Why aren't you buying your husband a Christmas gift?
it's just like, honestly, if we want something, if we really want something, we just go and get it,
Yeah.
and we've got trips that we'd rather put the money towards trips. And
Which I think is smart.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea because so many people buy things just because they feel like they need to buy someone something.
Mm-hmm.
And when someone is doing well and, making enough money that they can pretty much get what they need when
Yeah.
they need it or want it, then I don't think there's any need. I mean, maybe a little token
Yeah.
gift or something like that, but not to go out and buy an electric frying pan for somebody because they don't have one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Exactly. So, that would be again, that would be a question where, because I hear all the time people, and it'll be weird because this year we're actually, so my family, I think I talked about this before, my family, my biological family is doing like $75 a gift, but my in-law family, we've decided we're actually just not even doing gifts. 4 out of 5 of us are going on a big cruise in March, so we want to save for that. There's lots of things, I mean, that costs money.
Yeah.
And we want to be able to save for that and have fun with that. So, we've kind of just decided we want to spend Christmas together and not
That's
do
nice.
gifts. But it will be weird because Christmas Day, because that's the social media, that's my point. The social media, everything.
It's always like, what are the gifts?
What did
Opening
you get?
the gifts.
What kind of things did you get?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it'll be a little bit different because I won't have that. Although I don't think I can.
You're not a big one for posting things like that.
I really am not.
No.
And I think like you,
And I love you for that.
well, and I think that I'm mindful. I mean, I don't do it just because of you, but I think because of you and your story and just knowing you, I think it's important to be mindful that some of these holidays can be quite triggering. Mother's Day, Father's Day, with my infertility journey, that's another day that's extremely triggering for me.
Yes.
You see that all the time on Facebook, moms
Yes.
being celebrated
Yeah.
and stuff, right? So
Yeah.
you just have to be mindful of that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's not don't post those, because I don't want people to leave this podcast being they just don't.
They don't want us to post anything.
That's
It's
not
not
really-
that. It's just be mindful of other people when you're doing your post. And, maybe share something that's not so, great. Oh my God, we all had a big blowout and fight, but everything's fine now, you know, but...
all those funny
just
Christmas.
the things that naturally happen in a family. You finally see your brother that you haven't seen in 20 years, and then the kids get in a fight, and da-da-da,
Yeah.
just the typical family dynamics, right? The dynamics of everybody's family are different, and every one of them are very
Yeah.
individualized.
And I think too, like, we can only control ourselves. We can't control anyone else. And so, like, even if people are posting stuff and you're not the one who's posting, but then you're the one who maybe sees something and it is upsetting. Like,
I just scroll on past.
Scroll on past and just remind yourself that, like, social media is the place to flaunt all good things, right? Like,
and
a
I
picture
always
takes
think,
10 minutes to take that you
Yeah.
post, like
Exactly.
editing.
I always think that now I lost my train of thought. I guess I didn't think anything. I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway.
It's just, I think it's important to always, it can be overwhelming to look at, like, holiday posts and even things like watching holiday movies and TV shows and specials, and there's so many unrealistic things being shoved down our throats when it comes to the holidays that, just
the
be
commercialism
mindful.
of it all is just so overwhelming to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The amount of money that some people spend and go in debt for.
Yeah.
Although I really, over the past few years, I will say I've seen some dramatic changes in people's gift and buying habits.
Oh, for sure.
Really changed. Even on social media, there's a lot of people who are saying, well, we're not going to do this year, or we're not spending this much money this year, and we're getting a smaller tree this year, or we're doing this, and just because they're mindful of the situations.
Well, and I've seen a big trend on like homemade gifts, like how to do, like I've seen a lot of like the mason jars where they're giving like cookies, or they'll like do homemade bath bombs.
I've been looking. I tried to get that in my algorithm. Because I start looking at things like that. I'd rather look at that than look at people's
store bought.
Yeah.
I think, and it's so pretty. Like some of this stuff is so
and
pretty.
So cute. Like I saw one the other day. It was using like a paper cup. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say.
Okay.
A paper cup, and you staple the top of it, and you put a little lace doily on it, and then a bow, and you put whatever you want in the inside of it.
Yeah.
But it makes just a cute little, like, something to give somebody, but it's, it's just basically a paper cup with a little doily on the top.
I love it.
Yeah, it was really cute and easy to do. I've been watching a lot of little, just little ways that you can shove a couple chocolates in something, or...
See, that's awesome.
Yeah, and it reminds people that you were thought of, but it's not necessarily didn't break the bank or doesn't cause any big ruckus. Last night at the Christmas party I went to, one of the girls made us all little hats, little knit hats, and inside of the hat had a lint, Lindor, the round balls.
Yes.
But the little hats are in my purse, but they're so cute. Oh my God.
I've made a bunch of those.
And they were all different,
Yeah, with the yarn and stuff. Yes.
Yeah. So that was really cute.
Yeah, they're easy. They are so easy to make. So easy. Like anybody can do it.
Yeah.
So I would just say, like you said, social media, be mindful. Because it can be hard. Is there anything else that you struggle with on?
I struggle with not seeing my family. That's the biggest one. But then I realize, it is what it is, and that sometimes not all families are happy families.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Most families are not happy families.
Yeah.
As much as people like to, to a certain degree, to different degrees, obviously. But.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. People like to put on a
good show.
A good show.
And make everyone think everything is rosy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's not.
Yeah. But you will go see Candy.
Yes. Yes,
so
my girls.
When is that?
That's after Christmas, because Candy and Kaya go to Candy's mom's for...
Okay.
They do the overnight thing.
What day? Like, is it before January 6th?
Yeah.
And you and Leo are going?
Yeah.
I might tag along depending on what day it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the 27th or 28th, I think.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I found out, okay, this was the stupidest thing ever. So we were supposed to go back. The Their last day is a Friday, like the 20th, next Friday, or next Friday. And then they go back January 3rd, which is also a Friday. So they go back for one day. Mm-hmm. And so our work was scheduled that way. But then we got an email yesterday saying that we're actually don't have to go back till the 6th, till that Monday. So, and I'm not working the 20th. I took that off because I have a dentist appointment. So my last day is a week from today, so the 19th.
Oh,
and
nice.
I don't go back till the 6th of January.
Wow.
I'm so excited. That's good
nice.
thing about working where I work. They give,
You get a nice long break.
yeah, the agency closes.
It's great.
So that is awesome.
Now, are there on-call workers?
There are, but I'm not one of them.
Oh! Praise baby Jesus.
I might do it next year, but this year I just really wanted a break.
Oh, I don't
honestly.
blame you because
I'm
you
just
were
so
on call so
tired.
much last year that it wasn't funny.
I know. I wanted a break. That's why I was like, oh, well, because I think what we're doing for the holiday is Christmas Day we're at the in-laws, and then that night we're going to my parents' house. So the 26th we'll do like the turkey dinner or whatever, and then we'll be back. Like we'll probably come back home on the 26th. So
Nice.
yeah. So I think
like
that'll
fun.
be fun. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah. So you have candy.
Yeah.
And that'll be really nice.
That's
You
always a
must be
fun
so
time.
Excited.
I am. I can't wait to see them. I haven't seen them for so long.
Oh, how long has it been?
I haven't seen them since, when did Leo and I go up in the summer? Is that the last time we saw them? Or
Are you
was
going to Swiss Chalet again?
Yeah, I think
That's
that worked out well.
so good.
You know, for eating a nice meal and opening gifts, it was great.
That is
And then
so good.
because it's after the holidays, not before, you're not. It wasn't as crowded. We had a
Yeah.
whole section to ourselves, which was nice. So
That is-
we just got to like stay there as long as we wanted. So
That is so cool.
yeah, it's really nice.
That
I
is
like it.
really nice.
Yep.
So for anyone who's watching that, like, is kind of, I mean, they obviously don't know the specifics, and that's fine, but like, who's someone who can't or won't or whatever, like, is not able to see their family, what are some, like, strategies?
My biggest tip to you would be to stay off social media that day, especially because
If the family posts.
because you're going to see if it's triggering to see family posts.
Yeah.
And no shade to anyone else, because I'm all about like everybody should enjoy their life and enjoy their whatever. It's just if it bothers me, then I don't need to look at it, right?
Of course, protect yourself.
Yeah. Surround yourself with people who love you, even if it's only by video chat or
Yeah.
however. Make sure you have contact with humans that day. Try to be easy on yourself. Maybe plan in advance for like a special meal, or try to find somebody else who's alone for Christmas. Spend your time with them. You can also volunteer. There's a lot of places that are doing Christmas dinners, so you could volunteer. That'll get you out in the community. I know I've gone a couple times to the supper that they have in Truro.
Right, and I imagine that with the unhoused population becoming bigger and bigger and bigger, I imagine there's probably going to be like a lot of those kind of Christmas dinners. Like I bet you there, especially in the city and stuff. Yeah, like in
Well,
Halifax.
here, I don't know if you noticed, but CBC did an article on the encampment out.
I
on
saw. Oh, I didn't see
Marshland.
the-
So we've got an actual pretty big encampment.
I didn't see the article, but I heard about it.
Yeah, it was on CBC. It was on the news, and there was an article. So
Did you see the bridge in Bass River?
no, last night when we were coming home from the party, Leo said he saw something about a bridge collapsed.
Yeah, it was the new one they're building in Bass River. What did the post say? It was like, as we were doing something, basically it was like due to an unfortunate mishap, the bridge collapsed. No one was hurt, so that's why I'm like, if someone was hurt, I wouldn't be laughing. But
Engineering mishap, perhaps.
they were like, we were working on this, but due to an unfortunate mishap, it was something silly like that. Like it was like kind of worded weird.
Wonder how many $1 million that will cost to repair.
Oh God, I don't know.
How do you get it? Is there another bridge?
So there's the old bridge,
It's
I
still
guess.
there?
It's still there, but they were building a new one.
Oh, okay. Well,
I haven't been down that way in forever.
At least it didn't cut anybody off, because that's an area where,
You'd be cut off.
well, there's some
There's
dirt
probably a
roads
way.
that go around, but
It'd be a lot harder.
It'd be a lot. Yeah, it wouldn't be anybody's cup of tea. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, Trudy was trying to explain it to me, but yeah, it wouldn't be.
It'd be a long reroute.
Yeah, So that's. But anyway, yeah. So what you said, watch your social media, like as in like watch.
Yeah,
yourself
your
around.
intake of social media, like
Yeah.
try and limit that and spend find somebody, maybe somebody else that's alone on Christmas, and see if you can spend time with them, another friend. But basically, and if that doesn't feel right to you, then spend the day by yourself. But just be easy on yourself, because it is for a lot of people. Christmas is one of the hardest holidays.
Yeah.
I find.
I think because there is so like, people are not on Halloween saying, "Oh, are you going to be spending Halloween with your family?"
Yeah.
Maybe we should start saying that. I don't know.
Same as like Thanksgiving and Easter and stuff like that. Those are still holidays and people still get together, but Christmas is the big one.
Christmas is the big one, and there's more because even Easter and stuff, like, people wouldn't bat an eye. Well, some might, but if you said like
I'm not doing Easter.
I'm not doing Easter. I'm not doing it with my family, or
Yeah.
like, there's just less pressure, even when it comes to gifts, and
Oh,
there's
yeah,
there's
and
not a lot of like Easter movies.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, there's not like Hallmark Easter movie. Well, there might be, but there's certainly not as many as Christmas movies. You know, Netflix isn't releasing specials every week.
Are they releasing Christmas specials?
Although oh yes, I've watched all
I
of
hate
them.
all
I love them.
those cheesy Christmas things. No, they're not for me, because I always know how they're going to end, and it's like, this is going to end.
See-
This is stupid.
So you know what? I have a theory that this is my theory. I feel like someone, which is funny because you have anxiety too, so maybe my theory is not that accurate, but I feel like I like knowing how it's going to end. Like, for me, that would cause me a lot of anxiety if I was like, are they going to end up together? Are they not going to end up together? But knowing that they're going to end up together and it's going to be a happily ever after.
You like happily ever after.
I do.
Fairy tales.
Yeah.
I'm not into that.
Like,
I'm
even
into
the books and stuff. Like,
I'm more into reality, like somebody's hiking through the Darien Gap because they're a migrant and they're trying to get to the U.S. You know, like, I'd rather watch a documentary about something like that.
I do like documentaries, but when it comes to like the holiday movies, I do like, I do like knowing that everyone's gonna be okay. It's going to be okay.
Now, do you watch the old classics like Charlie Brown and all those old?
Not Charlie Brown. I do watch, I don't know if you...
The Muppets?
Muppets I've seen. I don't watch it yearly. I love the Tim Allen Santa Claus movies. I used to watch that as a kid every Christmas, all those movies. So I do watch those.
See, it's funny because I never was a big watch TV. That was never a big thing in our family, like watching TV or Christmas movies or anything like that. So I don't even know what a lot of those are.
Fair. I watched a really...
Maybe I should. Maybe I should have a Christmas marathon.
I watched a really interesting one. It's funny because Trudy hated it, but it was like, what was it? Meet the Connors, or no, it was the guy from Connors. That show Connors in it. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, it's like Meet the whatever. Coopers. I think it was Meet the Coopers. And it was like the way the film worked, it was like it followed all the individual family members and like went through their own dramas, and then they all came together. It was interesting the way they filmed it. I kind of liked it because it was like showing like she was at like the main mom's sister stole from the store because, you know, growing up her bigger sister was always like the star of the show and she was always kind of treated like the screw up, so she steals for attention. So she kind of went. It was like a whole, like, everybody had their own individual story, but then it all came crashing together. It was really cool. I did like it. It was an interesting one. Yeah.
All right, maybe I'll try that one.
Yeah.
Since I'm not a connoisseur of TV Christmas movies, maybe I'll try that.
I want to watch. There's one. It's called Dear Santa, and Jack Black is in it. And basically, what happens is the kid writes to Satan instead. Apparently, it's really funny. So I think I'd like to watch. I like those ones too. Like, and I used to like to watch when they used to do like the light competitions, like the houses, when they'd have different, like, seeing all the families do their different houses,
decorations and stuff.
Yeah, I do like that.
That's one thing I like to do. That's another thing. If you have a car or if you can drive, going out and looking at the Christmas lights is also a nice thing to do if you're trying to fill up some time so you're not thinking and
Yeah. I do have a looking at lights story, but I just also wanted to say National Lampoons is the other one to watch. Yes. So we went out last weekend to look at Christmas lights, and as we're driving into town, I was like, Trudy was like, let's go to Dairy Queen, and we were in Bible Hill. This might make no sense to people who are not from the area, but we were in Bible Hill, and that was closer to this place called 902.
Yes.
Whatever, ice cream and cakes. So it's like, oh, let's go get an ice cream. And so we got our ice cream. And
they're still open?
Oh, yeah. It was still like 8 o'clock at night. We went and got
Wow.
Yeah. And so Bible Hill has this like town competition right now where you can vote for houses. And so we were driving up one of the streets that was known for being really good. And this guy had like his whole house and yard and everything. Like, you could get out of the car and
is that
walk
the guy
through.
at the end of that driveway by the ball field?
I believe so. Yes.
He posts it online so that people know then they come.
Yeah, because you can there's even like a swing set with lights all around it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
And so there's me in my little matchy Roots tracksuit, eating my cotton candy ice cream on a cone, walking through the light setup, and Buddy comes out and he goes, "Ice cream? Really?" I said, "What? It's a perfect looking at Christmas lights snack." And he was like, "No." And then my father-in-law was like, "Well, at least it won't melt."
That's true.
And that's what he said. He goes, "Well, you got me there." So I have this beautiful picture of Richard and I standing together under this display, a heart with blue lights. And there I am with my ice cream in the middle.
Now I want to go. I want to go look at lights.
It was really, there wasn't a whole lot other than that. I really am not a huge fan of like the all red.
I don't like that either. I don't like blue lights either.
Or the blue one. Yeah, like,
I'm not a blue light person.
I don't mind like the multi or like the white, but
I love the white lights.
there was one house where it was just like, it almost looked like Halloween because it wasn't even white or red bulbs. It was like
orangey color?
No, it was red, but it was just like a light that you'd like point at something, like, but it was pointing
like a
at the
floodlight.
trees, like a floodlight. It was red, and there was two of them. They were like pointing at the trees, and it looked more Halloween-y than I'm not a big fan of those.
No. There's some pretty spectacular Christmas decorations. There's a guy on the Truro Heights Road too that has a
Yes, he
wonderful
does.
one. I think
We
you
went
and
to
I
it.
went to it. Yeah.
Yeah. We drove by it, and it wasn't done, I don't think. And there was one in Stewie. We went to the one in Stewie.
Yes,
too,
the one in Upper Stewiacke.
which is nice. They had a lot of vintage ones. But my issue with that one is that sometimes, like the guy in Bible Hill, when we went, like everything kind of coordinated. It made sense. It kind of blended all in together.
It had a flow to it.
It had a flow. Like, I like a flow. I don't like, I'm just going to stick up
Every decoration I have in my garage.
Yeah, because it just, for me, I like I'm a big, like, I like the flow. I like the
aesthetics of
storytelling.
it all.
Yeah. I like that kind of stuff, so.
I agree with you on that one.
Yeah, but he did have a lot of vintage. I remember you
Yes.
being, like, really, like, holy.
Yeah, you had a lot of blow molds.
Yes.
Which I really love because they're from my childhood.
Yeah.
From the 60s, 70s, even into the 80s, I think they made them. And if anybody doesn't know what a blow mold is, it's those plastic, plastic Santas, plastic snowmen, plastic candy canes. There was a candle, a big candle with a top on it, like a flame on it. It's red. Anyway, they're plastic and they're hollow on the inside. That's why they call them blow molds, I guess. But they're vintage now and they're worth a lot of money, believe it or not. But yeah, so if you have any of those in your garage, get them out and throw them on your lawn.
Yeah, because...
Or put them on Marketplace because they are valuable now.
Yeah, well, yeah, anything vintage, right? But yeah, no, and then this weekend I'm going to, it's Evergreen, I think it's called like the Evergreen Festival or something. Evergreen. It's in Halifax, it's downtown.
Isn't it what used to be Glow?
No, there's still Glow, but this is like downtown. It's free to go. But it's just like a bunch of lights downtown. They even got like a little train, I think.
I saw that too. I wanted to go, but
yeah. So I'm going this weekend, because I have to meet a bunch of people this weekend, so I couldn't do that. And then I think I might go see Wicked. Is it Wicked?
A movie?
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
I'm surprised. No, you haven't heard of it?
No.
Oh, yeah, Candy and Kai haven't?
They haven't said anything.
Oh! It seems like something she would be really into.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to ask her.
It's like, I'm pretty sure it's like the Wizard of Oz retelling.
Oh!
With Ariana Grande.
Ooh.
I think.
Okay.
I don't know. You can like totally murder me in the comment section if that's not what it's about. I know Ariana Grande's in it.
Well, I'm thinking of it. Tell us in the comment section what's your favorite holiday tradition. Or what if you are one of those people who doesn't have family? What is your favorite thing to do to fill up your time?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do
that
you?
could be a tradition too.
Yeah. How do you make yourself feel good
Yeah.
when you are alone on Christmas?
Yeah. Yeah, because it could be anything.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think for what could be difficult on Christmas. So, I have a family member who has had to deal with a lot of death in December.
Yeah.
So, their birthday is in December, but they've also had to deal with losing 2 brothers, an animal, and then they lost their mother-in-law, like, basically at the January, 3rd. So all within that, so
Holiday
3 deaths.
season can be hard for people that have had.
And close, like I think it was like the 20th or 21st or something for one of her brothers.
I know, like for Leo, we lost Christina last year on Christmas Day.
Was it Christmas?
Christmas
It's been
Day.
almost a year.
It's been a year, yeah.
So yeah, so death is difficult, especially like if you didn't hate Christmas before.
Yeah.
And now you've dealt with a lot of loss during the season. Because unfortunately, like, things like death and getting sick or being unwell, like,
Don't stop for
they don't.
Christmas.
They don't stop. There's not a holiday schedule.
There's not a holiday schedule for dying.
No, and so it can take the holidays from being something very joyful to being something you're almost like anxious about. And it did, like, and losing 3 people in a holiday season, like in a general holiday season, I mean, like,
It can really change things for you.
It can. So for that, it's difficult because the thing is like, you're also dealing with grief. So like when you're thinking about strategies and stuff, like for me, it would be like getting help, like talking to somebody. And just like kind of focusing on what brings you joy without trying to pressure yourself to experience the joy. Because the one thing that I hate the most about grieving is that people just say like, well, you should just be over it.
Yeah, and there's no timeline on grief, and
There
that's
isn't.
what people have to understand.
Yeah.
And I find that people who haven't had to experience grief or loss of any kind don't understand. And you can grieve for a lot of things, not necessarily just death.
Yeah.
you can grieve for the loss of a relationship. So again, this can be hard for people who don't have that family connection.
Yeah.
They have to grieve that loss of, and every time it's the same thing. It's almost like someone died if you're, if you don't have contact with your family.
Right. Or even like, what was the term? I just learned this last week. Anticipatory death. So this is like when your partner or someone in your life is dying.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so you're spending the holidays
Wondering whether
not grieving in the traditional sense, but like basically anticipating, right? Or grieving before the person has gone, right?
Yes.
Or the relationship or whatever it is you're grieving. I mean, it could be something as simple as in January you're headed to a different province or a different country to start a new job and you're starting to grieve that, or maybe you just did that at the beginning of the school year in September. A lot of people move in September.
Yes.
Maybe you're a student, you can't go home right now.
Yep.
So you're grieving, that. So yeah, grief can be hard over holidays.
And you may be from another country that doesn't celebrate Christmas, and everybody's into the big holiday mode and the Christmas and everything, and you may feel out of sorts because you're not.
Yeah.
That's not part of your tradition.
Yeah.
So that can be hard too.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, the grieving thing that's difficult. I mean that's a hard thing, and there's so much pressure to be joyful and happy and just loving the holidays. But when you've experienced such a loss on those days.
I'm sorry, I want to laugh, but it's not about grieving.
Yeah.
I had a thought that just passed. I was thinking about we should segue into something that is fun, right? Or like good about Christmas time. And I was thinking about the picture that you sent me. It was last weekend, I think, of a close-up shot of your eyes. And
oh my God, yes.
I remember thinking, Megan looks a little odd in this picture, but I don't know why. And why is she sending me this picture? Because it's her eyes, and it's really up close. And then I read the caption, it says I'm a little tipsy, and that explained why her eyes were all red, and she looked like... But I was like, at first get this thing, and it's this big eyeballs, Megan's big eyeballs, and I'm like, what the heck is this?
Oh my God, yeah.
So yeah, Megan was enjoying her Christmas party, as she should.
I was. Yeah, no, I did have a good time at the Christmas party. I went to 2.
Me too.
Yeah, I did. I went to 2. I went to both works, and they're back to back.
And she looked gorgeous.
Yeah, so the first one I wore a dress that was like around your knees, and I had fishnet. I did do the fishnet because I think I talked about that last time.
Yes.
And then
a little belly.
And yeah, and so I did end up wearing the Spanx just because it kind of smoothed me out, and the Spanx were nude, so you couldn't even tell that I was wearing them. So that was good. And then the second night I wore like a navy dress.
That dress was beautiful.
Yeah, with it had like pearls on the sleeves and stuff. And so funny story about that one is Richard's Christmas party is super fancy. It's at Steel Wheels, so very, very fancy. And when I looked at the menu, there was absolutely nothing I could eat on it because I am eat like a child. Like I eat like a child. And so I didn't even understand half the menu. And so when the waitress came to me, I just like, honestly, can you guys just make me mashed potatoes with butter? That's all I want. Just if you can just do that, I'd be happy. So that's what I had, a bowl of mashed potatoes. And they even messed that up because they put onions in it. Yeah. Okay, that's weird, right? There was onions in it.
That is weird.
I'm just going to go off the assumption that if someone is asking you just to have a bowl of mashed potatoes,
they don't want onions in it.
They don't want onions in it. So that was a little weird.
Are you sure it was onions or potato skins?
No, it was onion.
It was onion?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
little pieces of onion.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't garlic. Because usually they do garlic mashed.
No, I actually like garlic mashed. I would prefer that.
That's weird.
It was weird.
Shout out to Roadside Willie's because that's where we went last night for
yes,
a
and you had
lemonade
fun.
stand party. We had a ball, and I had mashed potatoes with gravy because I couldn't eat anything else either. So I just had a few bites of it, but theirs were delish.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wore something different both times.
I did, thanks to Megan gave me a jumpsuit to borrow, which was beautiful. It was black and it had a sparkly top, and I
that's
loved it.
awesome.
And that's what I wore to Leo's party, which was it was fun. And they had a live band, and people, you know, it's a shame because people didn't dance as much as they probably should have, because it
Right.
was that the band was there until the end, and they were really good. Yeah, and that was really fun, and we won a battery charger thing.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
It was worth $150, so that was nice. And then last night, I went to the lemonade stand one, and I wore a long blue maxi dress with a sparkly top.
That's awesome.
Yes, that my lovely daughters gave me.
And
Yeah.
you had fun there too.
Oh my God, yes, we had fun last night. One of the girls was dressed up as the Grinch, and you couldn't tell it was her. So when I came in, she ran over and hugged me and hugged Leo, and
Oh, I saw pictures of
yes,
that.
yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
So it was fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is the first year in a long time that I've gone to parties, and I
Yeah.
really
Wanted
enjoyed.
to.
Yeah, I wanted to go, and I enjoyed myself. So
Yeah, well, and that's good. I mean, I think that's, when holidays are rough, and I think like when I talked about grieving and just finding joy in like the little things, like that would be one of them, right? Like enjoying the party, like getting to go to a party if you have the opportunity, or going to look for the lights, or watching that holiday movie, or eating your favorite holiday desserts, whatever it is.
yeah, even if you eat the dessert and don't eat the meal. That's what you should have done. Order dessert.
Oh, their desserts were friggin' nasty too. Yes, they brought out these because they're all fancy. It's like, bring me something that, like at my work party, they had turkey, roast beef, potatoes, vegetables, Caesar salad. They had like a buffet thing, and then they had like gingerbread and cookies.
Oh
and
my
like
God.
your standard freaking things.
At Leo's party, there was the lady that actually cooked everything, and I'm telling you.
Oh, you had it like catered?
catered?
Like with a person.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it was all homemade, and it all looked delicious. It was carrots, turnips, potatoes, turkey, gravy, dressing, the whole deal. And the turkey was cut like, I swear to God, it was like a half an inch thick, the slabs of turkey. And
That's
there was,
awesome.
I don't know how much turkey she cooked, but there was so much food. They were running around with takeout containers, giving people food to take home. And,
Oh, see, that's so cool.
and the gravy was homemade, and it was so delicious. Like, I love when you get a real homemade
See, that's the kind
Christmas.
of stuff.
Yeah.
That's the kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, I guess they were feeding a bunch of men because it's the sawmill party, right? And
Yeah.
So all the men were like loading their plates up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I know, like they were loading their plates up. And then when the lady said, "Oh, there's lots left. You can come back for seconds and also fill up a takeout container."
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so at my Christmas party, what they do is they give you 2 free drink tickets. And
Yeah,
then
that's
you
what
just
they
pay.
did.
Yeah, but at Richard's, it's open bar. So Richard,
Oh, that's hence the eyeball pictures.
no, that was just for
Oh,
my
that
work
was
party.
your work party.
So I was the DD for Richard's. And Richard had a couple, well, he calls them Jack and Coke, but they didn't have Jack Daniels. Richard loves Jack Daniels. It's his like favorite thing. I don't know. So they had some other type of whiskey. So he had like 2 of those. And I told him next year, I was like, we're either doing cabs or like you're driving.
Yeah, well, you guys stayed in the city, didn't you?
We stayed in the city and they provide cabs to anyone.
Well, what? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
because
should've
I'm not
done
a
that.
drink. See, I'm not a drinker.
You're not a drinker, but still, even if you had a couple of drinks.
Exactly. Like, and this is the first time that I've drank at my Christmas party, and I've been going there for 3 years, I think.
Yeah, I know that you're not normally a.
Yeah, but I was just like, it was fun. I was in a different department. I danced for like an hour and a half, so that was really fun. And my supervisor, who was like, I'm absolutely not dancing, actually got up and danced.
I wanted to dance in my
Yeah.
wheelchair.
Oh, you should have.
Nobody would cooperate with me. Meaning Leo.
Oh yeah, no, I was like, by the time I left, and it's funny because, like, certainly was not like intoxicated, but I was definitely like tipsy. I would say I was tipsy, and because I had like 3 of those Smirnoff ones, the ice, whatever, and I texted my coworker and I said, "Did you make it to your room safely?" And then the next text message was, "Oh wait, you're staying in the hotel, which means you'd have to just go in the elevator. So hopefully you did make it safely." And then another message saying something else I can't remember. And then she goes, "Yeah, I'm in my hotel room, just having a cookies and cream bar, all cuddled up." And then I messaged her again and I was like, "Oh, I love cookies and cream bars, but I'm going to have Reese's tonight." Oh my god. That was too funny.
Yeah, I was the designated driver for Leo's party. So.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Did he have a couple drinks?
He did, yeah.
God
yeah.
love him.
Yeah, he was pretty funny. Listening to him.
He's funny on a good day, though.
Yeah. Well, he's so, like, calm, but he's funny. Like, just, I don't know how to describe it.
He's got a good sense of humor.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. It's
So,
like last night we were laughing when we were coming home from the party. I don't even remember what we were laughing at, but we were still laughing when we got outside here and he was putting the wheelchair together for me. We were still laughing. Because that's what I was saying to Amanda. I'm surprised you didn't hear us last night because they got home at the same time we did. They were just right in front of us when we were coming up the driveway. And then
talk about
got
good
out.
timing.
But when we got out, we were laughing our heads off. People would have thought we were drunk,
hilarious.
but we were just... No, we were just laughing because...
It's a good time.
Yeah. Well, oftentimes we'll get into fits of laughter.
See, that's so important. I think, like, going back to how Christmas can be hard and how, things can... Finding moments of joy where you can.
Yeah.
Without putting pressure yourself on finding them.
I am so thankful that I have him as a
I know.
caregiver / helper or whatever you want to call it.
And friend.
And friend, yeah. And mostly, yeah. He's become a really good friend.
Yeah.
And he just fits right in with wherever. Like with the disability crowd.
I know.
He's not disabled. Here he is. We're all getting a ticket and he's right in there with us all. And, it's
so good. He is so good.
And then Michelle had a hard time because she wasn't her husband had surgery, so he wasn't there.
Yeah.
So she was getting a drive home with somebody else from the thing. So she was having a hard time transferring into the car, and Leo knows how to transfer her. So he went over and helped her get her legs in the car and everything. Which and I like him for that because he's thoughtful of other people. Yeah.
We're gonna have to people are gonna have to meet him at some point because we talk about him a lot.
We'll have to do a podcast and bring on Leo because we should. He would be funny.
We should ask people what you think. Like, what do you see in your head when we say Leo?
When we say Leo, what do you think in your head?
And then we'll bring the real Leo out.
No cheating on people that know Leo either. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have, because we do talk about him quite a bit. We'll have to bring him on, even if it's
he's a big part of my life.
Huge
and I mean,
part.
Everybody, all my friends and anybody who's involved with me knows Leo because if I have to go anywhere, he's the one who takes me. So you're going to know him.
He's such a good soul.
Yes.
He is.
Yeah.
Any other tips or tricks for navigating Christmas or any other Christmas debacles?
Pray.
Pray.
Pray that you get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
pray
pray.
to whatever
Pray
it is
to,
that you believe.
I'm not saying anything
sort of
about
higher
religion.
power.
Just whatever you believe, you pray to whoever you think will help you.
Yeah.
That's the journey.
Deep breaths, find joy, find those little moments of solitude.
Have fun when you can. Enjoy laughter when you can. Try to find somebody else who's maybe in the same situation as you, and try to spend time with them if that gives you comfort.
Yeah. And something we always bring up, I'm pretty sure every podcast, which is just have some self-compassion.
Yep. Be nice to yourself.
Every time. I think without fail, no matter what the issue is, we're like...
Be nice to yourself.
Be nice to yourself, yeah.
You can be nice to other people too. We do recommend that.
So, okay, but then... Okay, so we will... Yeah, we'll have one next week, and then we'll be releasing one right after Christmas. So we have one more before Christmas, right?
Next week is the 19th, I think, right?
Next Friday's the 20th, because that's the last day. Yeah,
So next Thursday is the
this
19th.
is the second last Christmas podcast.
19 and 7, 26. No, this is, yeah, so there's one more before Christmas.
So we won't say have a good holiday yet or see you next year yet. We'll just wait for that. I love doing the see you next year thing. I'm bad for that.
See you next year.
Yeah, see you next year. All right.
So, in the description, we want to know what you're going to do to fill up your holiday crap. We want to know the funniest holiday story of whatever happened to you guys in your family that was terrible. Not terrible as in catastrophizing things, but like just something funny that might have happened.
Yeah, funny holiday stories.
Funny holiday stories that ruined, the dog ate the turkey or, something like that.
Yes.
And we want to know what you think Leo looks like or who Leo is and whatever's in your mind.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Mwah.
Hiding, no more feeling small. We're taking up space, standing proud and tall. Our voice is strong, our stories to be heard. Challenging the stereotypes, flipping the world, the chronicles of